Okay, I have not done this in a long time, but we're going to try this out for giggles and giggles. I put putty in here, Mr. White Putty, and I put like a good, hefty amount of thinner to break it down into a pasty-like substance you could see here. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to prime this using this concoction that you see. I was testing it on the spoon here. It hasn't dried yet, but basically I just want to give it the old, roughness texture to it. I don't know if this will work. I mean, if it does, good. I just want to try it where at least it's a little bit rough, and then if I have to, I'll sand it down. Right now, the test is okay on that. I'm going to try it on something a little bit more whiter here. But again, this is something that if you have like Mr. Surfacer 500, which is good for tank armor, this is something I'm going to try. So I don't know if this will... maybe I want to do this. Let me try this first. I'm going to do the other side first, like here. Like pass it like that. It'll thin it out a bit, of course. And then, you know what? I didn't get a tissue here. There we go. I'm just going to pat it down on this to clean it up, and then just do that. Now there are streaks here, as you could see here. Oops, didn't realize I didn't capture that part. But I wanted to give it a rough texture to it. As you could see there. Let's do another one. Actually, I should have removed this from here. Yep, I need to put it on. By the way, make sure you're in a well-ventilated place. Have fans on if you have to, because this is a bit noxious, a bit. So fumes will bug you on those. Going to clean that out a bit. And then we just do This is one way of eliminating streak marks. It is a time-consuming process. You also have the ability showing up some, like, not battle damage, more like the grime of metal starting to like break up, doing, you know, maybe through rusting or corrosion, and you can probably get away with putting in like you know, like red colors under it. Now if it's a little too much, I may have to do a sanding, like sand it down a bit to even down a bit. But we're going to leave it like that for now. Let me get another one here. Actually, let me get the big boy. I'm not doing this on the joints, just on the armored parts. I'm going to actually do it without passing it on like what I did before. Yeah, this actually is working out pretty well. I was actually doubting myself. I don't do this often, but only on certain kits that I know will benefit from it. Certain model kits will have the roughness to it, like let's say cast iron metal from like an armor, like like an armored kit, like let's say a Porsche tank, not a Porsche tank, but the Leopard tank that has the Porsche turret, or sometimes the Sherman tank, Tiger tanks, Churchill tanks, you know, those guys. You don't normally see that on mechs, because mechs are always nice and fine and detailed and clean. I don't think the mechanics, they'll replace the part, but if there's no parts out there, they'll say, alright, we'll just put a paint job on it, but there's going to be a little roughness based on it being falling down and being knocked around and scraped and things like that. See, that's good. That's what I was hoping for. Let me get the head. I have ample enough for this. Oops. Maybe it goes in there so it doesn't come off. Came off. I knew that was going to happen. You know what? Can I grab it? I'll put it on the table like that. Will be a lot easier. That way it doesn't get knocked around a bit. You may have to use, now whether you're going to do it on this kit or any other kit, this technique, just be mindful that you may have to use your either a knife, putty, like a X-Acto knife, or a saw to cut into the seam lines so you can get to it, so it doesn't get covered up or clogged in. Right now I'm just doing this, but I will pass something over it because I have to wait until this dries. Here we go. There we go. So hopefully the effect of it will be shown through after it dries. I know I may be pulling up, but we want to get that little bit of roughness. I'll definitely pass it over one more time to make sure it looks good. Some of this is going to be tough because you have the arms. You have these little, this part I just removed it from the thing. You have the waist unit and all that stuff. But give me some time to get this done, and then we'll move on to painting. Alright, so right now I am going to begin priming this. I'm going to do a standard white, gray primer. As you can see here. And the rough texture that I was able to simulate on this on these parts looks weird, but then when you cover it with a primer, what the hell is that? It gives that rough texture look to it that I was hoping for. This one here, right here. Turn on the fan. Alright. Clearly I got a few parts here that I gotta do. Take care of. And but I wanted to prime this gray first because I wanted to make sure that once it's done, I'm going to do pre-shading. So give me a minute while I finish with the priming of all these parts, and then we'll move on to pre-shading. Okay. Now that all the parts have been primed, it's like doing a careful review of how it looks. Yep, it looks pretty good. That one looks good as well. A little rough around the edges in certain areas, but that's what I was hoping for. That was the whole purpose of this, to give it that rough look to it. I didn't do it on these, which is basically the joint parts, just only on the green parts. Now, we're going to do some pre-shape. Let's make sure this is okay. Good. Let's zoom in. Let's see how this works. This one I don't care about because it's going to be going inside. I can't get the edges there. I think that's good. Trying to get the back here if I can. That's a little bit too much, but that's okay. That's good enough. This is going to be easy. I'm going to do it right. Alright. Alright, this one. Okay. I know something goes around that, but I'm really good alone. Yeah. This one's going to be a little difficult, so I got to be very careful with this. This one has that little side thing to the, on the leg. And I'm using the 0.5 needle. I should have used the 0.35 needle. That would have been giving me some more precision work here, but even the 0.5 is not bad. As long as you control it and you take your time with it. am really enjoying this airbrush, so. Of course, sometimes you make a mistake like that. So far, so good. I don't see any issues here. I got a few more to do. Some of them more elaborate and detailed, as you can see. You know, the hands, the arms, this little detail part there. I don't know about this, but I'll figure it out soon enough. But let me continue on, so we can then paint the other color over it. Okay?